It's always inspiring to think about each new year and decide how you're going to improve in the next 12 months. However, these goals that we set can often be too overwhelming. A few months into the new year, these goals are often forgotten about. You didn't change in the ways that you wanted to, you're no longer going to the gym, your business hasn't gotten its start yet, and you aren't on track to become the person that you want to be. But everything changed for me when I decided to start focusing on the action, not the outcome. And that is when I finally started to see results. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric if you haven't been here before. And today I'm going to be talking about a way that you can achieve your goals using a pocket notebook. I've personally been guilty of giving up on these goals year after year after year. Each New Year's Eve, I would write out a full page report about the things that I was going to change and the ways that I was going to improve in the next year. I would break down each goal into different life categories and make sure to focus on the things that mattered most to me. I would always get so stoked to make these big changes, but every single year, without fail, I would quickly fall back to living in my old ways. These goals and new habits would always be going strong up until March or April, and then the busyness of spring and summer would come along and send me back to square one. This has frustrated me so much in the past that I actually did not even set yearly goals for 2024. I was tired of overwhelming myself with yearly goals that were usually too ambitious, so I started setting actionable quarterly goals instead. In past years, I was guilty of setting numeric goals of things that I really had no control over. For example, I want to hit X number of followers on Instagram, or I want to gain X number of pounds of muscle. And as you probably know, the list goes on and on. But this never worked for me because I was too focused on the outcome rather than the action that it takes to achieve that outcome. So, with these quarterly goals or whatever time frame you decide to choose for yourself, I now set actionable goals that may or may not allow me to achieve these outcomes. Having the goal to grow an audience is a great goal to have, but you have to reverse engineer that goal and break it down into steps. Instead of hitting X number of followers or subscribers, I'm instead focusing on making a weekly video, and of course, sharing it on YouTube. Or for me, I'm also creating a weekly newsletter/blog post that goes out to my email list. It really just comes down to whatever your personal goal may be. But here's the most important thing. You will never achieve the outcome without the daily monotonous tasks that lead to that outcome. And really, this same principle applies to any category of life. You won't gain muscle without going to the gym multiple days per week. You won't lose weight without eating healthier and exercising multiple days per week. You won't gain more clients for your business without scheduling more calls with potential clients. Now, you might be wondering, what is the best way that I can stay on track with these goals? And this is where your pocket notebook becomes your accountability partner. I like to designate a single pocket notebook to be used for this purpose specifically. There are 3 main steps that you can take to use a pocket notebook to achieve your goals. Number 1 is to write your goal in the back of your notebook. Number 2 is to write out 1 to 3 lever-moving tasks that will allow you to get closer to that goal. And usually this is best done the day or night before. And then number 3 is at the end of each day, you should write down a quick summary of the action that you took to achieve that goal. And really, that's all you need to do. And the reason that this works so well is for a couple different reasons. Instead of focusing on the outcome, you're focusing on the specific tasks that allow you to get there. With each new day, you already have 1 to 3 tasks written down that allow you to immediately make progress. And then finally, it forces you to be honest with yourself on what action you took and what progress you made that specific day. If you don't do the tasks you had written out for yourself, you won't get closer to the goal. But when you do these lever-moving tasks, you can proudly write them down in your notebook and document your growth. This year was the first year that I did not set yearly goals, but instead have only been using this pocket notebook method. In previous years, I may have gained a total of 100 followers across all my social media platforms that I've inconsistently kept up with. But now using this method, I have gone from 0 to almost 4,000 subscribers on YouTube in just the past 4 months. I've also been more consistent at the gym than ever before, and I've been sticking to my daily writing habit each morning. Although this is one that is always easy to forget about or procrastinate on, there are certain things that are always a work in progress. All of this to say, it's still very difficult for me to do these habits each day and stick with them consistently. There's almost always going to be tension when you're doing the things that you know you need to do. But everything changed for me when I decided to start focusing on the action, not the outcome. My goals went from achieving X to instead focusing on doing Y consistently. And that is when I finally started to see results. If you're anything like me and find it very difficult to stick with your yearly goals, I encourage you to grab a pocket notebook and try this method. Set a goal that focuses on an action, not an outcome. Write it in the back of your notebook. Write 1 to 3 to-dos for each day. And at the end of each day, write a quick summary of the action that you took that aligns with that goal. If you don't even know what goals you should set, you can sign up for the Content Clarity Crash Course in the description below. It's a free 8-day course that I've created with 8 journal prompts that allow you to find your niche and develop mental clarity for your life's direction. You can also get 10% off Field Notes pocket notebooks using the code and link below. Because who doesn't love saving a few bucks on your new productivity journal? If you purchase using that link, I will get a small commission, which allows me to keep creating content for this channel. As always, thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. I would love to hear how this method works for you in the comments below. I will see you in the next video. My name is Eric. Peace.